Hey guys, welcome back to another Moondog trading video. Tonight's video, we're going to talk about Bitcoin, Ethereum, Matic, Cardano, Solana, Shib. We added Litecoin in there and also Ethereum Classic because I had a couple people asking me about those. So I figured I'd throw those in there just for a little bonus for you guys. Also, guys, we nailed the Cardano trade. Look at this. How perfect did this play out? Yesterday's video, I said, guys, Cardano looks like it's getting ready to break out. Look for the W. The W broke out. The pattern, I said, hey, we'll hit this target around 239, 237. Guys, I've been talking about this for what, a week, 2 weeks now? So we called the bottom, got the top. Guys, I'm not a financial advisor. Everything I say is just my opinion, educational purposes only. But guys, this is consistent on my channel where we're calling these tops, we're getting these bottoms, we're making these trades absolutely perfect, guys. Perfect. I mean, if you would have took the bottom of this, let's say right here, 184, but let's say you took it at 190 because you wanted to wait for confirmation we talk about, right? Because we didn't want it falling under this trend. And then we got it closed above the trend. So you wouldn't want to take it there. You want to wait for confirmation. So we got it. It's a 24% move, guys. And you guys all know about, we talked about SHIB on my channel, and I was bringing that up. I mean, that was a, $1,100 move that you guys made on that one. So I'm happy. Everybody should be happy for that one. We're just nailing these trades over and over again. And we're going to go over some of the things going down right now. And we're going to also talk about, of course, Bitcoin and what's going on here. Right now with Bitcoin, we are in this little pattern here. We're getting a little trend. We're getting rejected at our trend. I'm not liking this 4 hour if it flips red, just because I don't know if they time changed it yet. Let's see. Is there a timer? Okay, so they got on the daily. Let's look at the daily. Oh yeah. So they only so since the time change, this is on TradingView, guys. For all you guys that don't know, you go to TradingView. Um, for some reason, the clock, they still haven't, even though the time has changed here in the United States. They're still left. Supposed to be an 8 o'clock close, but now we're at 7 o'clock. So this is about the close. If this turns red, I do not like that turning red. That's kind of ugly. But we talked about a potential pullback getting up here. Now, in yesterday's video, we talked about maybe 69, and we came a little bit short of that. They front running this at 68,500, or actually, what was it? Yes, well, 68, 568. So they front run us a little bit there. And I talked about maybe bringing this up, which they did, and having a rejection, which we got. So now what I want to see is I want to see 66,000 hold up. If not, 65, and then this 64,500 and 64,100 area could be a nice potential bounce. But let's see what happens with this candle. It's gonna change here in a minute. Now this is short term because let's look at the 4 hour. Let's look at some of the technicals on the 4 hour. Let's zoom out. Let's see, RSI. This is folding. This is okay. We'll continue. Okay, so the MACD will continue to fall below 67,637. So it looks like that's going to cross if we don't get above there soon. On the 4 hour on the MACD, the hour chart. Things are coming down. Volatility's coming down. RSI's coming down, crossing under the 50. MACD continues to fall as long as we're under 67,449. So that does look like we do look like we're having a pullback here. But let's keep an eye on this trend. So let's see if we can get down here maybe to 65 or like I said, the 64,500. It's Bitcoin, guys, though. Any kind of news can come out and turn this thing right around. So just always be aware of that. But guys, here's the other thing. The daily is not looking bad, though. Look at the daily, guys. Everything's green. Well, RSI is kind of changing. So momentum is turning around. But as long as the MACD, as long as we're above 64,500, As long as we're above 64,500, it's looking good. And that's exactly, guys, that's exactly what we just talked about, right? 64,500. I had this line here for days now. The MACD is confirming that. So let's see if we could, that could be a potential bounce area. If we do come down to that area, keep an eye on it. If we do fail on that area, let's see, where would be a lot of touch points here we could go with. Yeah, then I would be looking at the 62,500 or 62 area. Okay. To the upside, I still want to see us break the 69 to 42 and then get above this 70, 47, 400 and 17 area, and then the 72,000 and 75. Okay, those are my targets. We can actually bring this over a little bit here. Boom, like that. All right, we're going to move on to Ethereum. Guys, Ethereum, everything was looking good. We broke trend. We talked about this yesterday. We drew the trend. We broke the trend. So we're coming down a little bit. We hit our targets. Now let's look. This is actually a little different. I have this on a different chart. So the MACD is coming down. So you can see the negative divergence on the RSI here and coming down here. Okay, so that's not looking good. Let's see. Hold on. It's very interesting. Is that correct? Let's see. Yeah, and then they got a squeeze. So the longs are still long in this. We had a little short where it's bringing it down a little bit, but then the longs are they're still hanging in there. It doesn't look like much. RSI is in the red, so we could see a turnaround here soon. Let's look at the 4 hour. No, 4 hours. So short term down a little bit more. It looks like long term. Daily, everything's looking good on the daily. I don't like this RSI, but what we can do is on the daily, we can draw a trend here. You can see I got different indicators on different charts. So let's see if that trend breaks on the RSI, guys. If it bounces here and goes, that would be a nice thing. But Bitcoin's daily is looking really, really well. This I'm not liking too well at this moment. So what I would like to see on Ethereum, guys, I still want to see a 4 hour candle closing. Actually, I had it at 4,825, but we did have a high. It did go a little bit higher. So let's 48.43. 4 hour candle closing above there can get us to the 50,090 area. And I want to see 46.70 hold up. 45 hold up, and let's see, 43.80, guys. This could be a potential spot I would be looking at. 43.80. So keep an eye on that as well. All right. If it gets really bad with Bitcoin. Matic, guys, we failed our trend here. We talked about this trend breaking. It broke. We talked about a potential W. Well, we hit the 93 target that I had. We hit it. We failed. Got rejected. Down that went. W's gone. So now I'm looking at 170 to 167 into that area, which I could draw a box. So in this area could be what is this magnet? Jeez. So in this area here, 167 to 170 area. Let's see if we get a bounce there. If not, let's go to the daily real quick. Let's see, what do we got? Maybe. See some touch points here. Can't go over this too long because I got some other stuff we got to go over today. If not, I want to see the 156 area hold. Yeah, 156 area. That would be my bottom line there. If you can get in there with 156 would be awesome to get Matic at. Cardano, guys, can't even say enough here. We traded this absolutely perfect. We talked about our target. Look, I got to move the box over right there. We hit our target perfect. I said anywhere in between 239 and 237. We got that perfect. We came up, and what was it? 238, right in between it, dead center, guys. Okay. Now we're coming back down. Let's see if the 220 to 221 area holds. If not, then the 214 and the 214 to 210 to 29. Okay, I want to see that hold. So that's what I'm looking at for Cardano. To the upside, of course, I want to see this 239 area, 4-hour candle closing above there. And then maybe we can get up to the 246, 250. I think if we could get past this, we get up to this area quick. And then, 264 to 270. All right. So let's see what we're looking at on the 4-hour. Okay, that's all right. Daily. I mean, this is looking like it's going to make that move on the daily, but it did get rejected. So let's see what happens here. The daily is looking good. Could be short-term rejection and then a nice move to the upside. So let's keep an eye on that for Cardano. All right, we're going to move to Solana, guys. Solana, we still hit my box here. Perfect for my fib. We drew this fib up a long time ago. We hit it perfect at 260 area. Nailed it. Look at that. I mean, that is just awesome. Look at that, guy. Look at that. Boom, 260. Perfect. Okay. I mean, we had 250.95, guys, or 259.95 or 94. I mean, that's as close as it gets. And it was 260 even. So I mean, guys, we nailed that perfect. Perfect. Okay. And then we drew our trend. We got rejected at our trend. Right now, this is the 50-day moving average on the 4-hour, which it looks like it is holding up. But what I really want to see here is I want to see this 235 to 230 hold up. If not, the 222, 218, I want to see that hold up. And worst case scenario, back down to 200 to 96. Okay. To the upside, well, I want to see a 4-hour candle closing above 260. Get past 285, and then get up to this 300 mark. Okay, so that's what I'm looking at for Solana. How much time do we have, guys? Okay, so now we're on SHIB. Guys, we broke our trend out of SHIB. It didn't do, we talked about this though. It could trade sideways here for a little bit before it breaks to the upside. What we don't want to see is a 4-hour candle closing back under this and then getting rejected. We had a wick here, scared some people, but then we closed above it. We can ride this line as long as we don't get a 4-hour candle closing getting rejected. So what I mean by that is a close here, and then it comes up and rejects on the next candle, because then we can see more downside. All right. To the upside, what I want to see still is a 4-hour candle closing above 58. Actually, I want to see a 4-hour candle closing above 61.37 and then 65.51. And then we could push our way back up into the 70.74 to 70.72 to 77.6 to 78.62. To the downside, I want to see this 51 hold up, the 49 hold up. And then, of course, the 45, and the 44. Last line in the sand, 41.09. Okay, so that's what we're looking at for SHIB. This could ride sideways for a minute, maybe trade sideways, and then break to the upside. Sometimes that happens coming out of these patterns, especially when Bitcoins and some of the cryptos are not acting very nicely right now. Okay, so Litecoin. We're going to move to Litecoin, guys, because someone asked me about this. So daily had a nice explosion. It actually looks like it's doing good on the daily. We just had the daily candle close. So my targets for this would be around $296 to $308, and then 335. And I do believe we get a daily or 4-hour candle closing above 335. We could reach maybe the old all-time high was back in 2017 when everything was exploding and it got up to 420. Okay. Now, with that being said, guys, a lot of people don't know this. I'm not a big fan of Litecoin, but institutions are. So if you guys don't know this, on Glassnode, the three biggest buys for institutions. Number one is Bitcoin. Number two is Ethereum, and number three is Litecoin, of all things. So Litecoin is owned mostly by institutions at this point. Litecoin's been around. When I first got into crypto, I mean, it was Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin, and that was it. Those were your options, guys. I've owned Litecoin in the past because of that option. I was buying all three of them. But yeah, there wasn't much out there. So Litecoin is one of the original OGs. Could it go higher? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if there's any news on it. I haven't checked any of that. But fundamentally, I think it's going to go up and hit this 300 mark. Let's see. The daily, this is kind of high. This is looking. I like the volatility. It's kind of maybe it trades sideways here. RSI's getting up there. MACD, as long as it's good above 222. Let's see, 95. We could see a potential this go a little bit higher than a pullback and then a go. But eventually it's gonna touch this 308 and 296 area. And for a rejection area, I'd be looking at 229 to 216. But right now, it's still looking like it's got a little bit more juice. Let's see if it can clear this all-time high and then touch our targets. What was it? Or not all-time high. I'm sorry. The daily high from yesterday at 275. If it can do that, get a 4-hour candle close, and we can get up in this box, then I could see a rejection from there, pull back, and then we'll have to go from that moment on. Okay, so I want to see 229, 216 hold up, and then my targets would be over here. How much time do we have? 16. So I'm going to go over this really quick. Ethereum Classic, guys. Someone asked me to chart this. This is looking good on the daily. Let's look. The daily's looking good. We are a little bit high. Let's see, but listen, volatility's going up. The price is going up. That's good. The RSI is going up. The MACD is crossing on the daily as long as it's above 55. Let's go to the 4-hour. 4-hour, the RSI is starting to change around here as long as it's above 60, which we are. So this still has potential to go up a little bit higher. 1 hour. Yeah, 1 hour is bouncing here off the 50 on the RSI. Let's see if the MACD can get above 62. Let's see. If it gets above, yeah, so if it gets above, if it gets above 62, then maybe that could start turning around as well. But we are getting a nice bounce here. So let's see what happens. We actually hit one of my zones and got rejected already. So let's see if that's a rejection zone again. But if I see a 4-hour candle closing above 65, guys, I would look for maybe to break this trend, get a 4-hour candle closing above this trend here, like so. I know I'm running out of time. 4-hour candle closing above here, rejection, and then go. Okay? We don't want to see the next 4-hour candle closing. If that does do that, then my targets long term would be 109 and 116. But we'd still have to clear this area because my first target coming out of this pattern would be coming in right around $83. Okay. So and maybe a little bit resistance here coming in around 77. Okay, so it's looking okay. It's not looking bad. There's no reason to panic here. How much time do I have left? I have a minute. So guys, I think that's it for today's video. Listen, I'm going to put my link to Webull in the description. Deposit $100. You get 3 free shares. You get some free SHIB. And if you share the link, you also get 1 Apple share as well. So that's nice if you share it with 3 people. So then that's worth about $150. So I think that's it for tonight's video, guys. I'm going to leave the link to Twitter as well in the description. Much love to you guys, and thank you for watching. Make sure you hit the thumbs up. It helps my channel. I need subs so we can go live. Thank you, guys. Much love. Peace out.